everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about why I almost never replay games. I hear all the time from so many people that they are replaying a classic or playing, Final Fantasy, whatever, for the X amount of times. Like, people replay games all the time. They're like, oh, I beat that game 6 times or whatever. That's not really what I do. I rarely ever replay a game. If I play a game, I see the credits, it's done. Of course, before we get into the video and all the reasons for this, please make sure to click like, subscribe, and let me know, do you replay games? And if not, why? First, I think it's important to talk about when I replay games, what am I talking about? What type of games? Because there are games that I can play no problem, like all the time. And those are games to me that are games you don't beat necessarily. Like a game like Mario Kart. I can play that anytime. I don't feel the need to beat it. I mean, some of them I have beat, but it's a game I can just constantly play, like Theater Rhythm. If I just feel like, you know what, I just want to play a rhythm game right now, play a couple songs, that's great. That's a game that I could play, at any time. I can play that in 20 years from now. I can play it right now. I don't necessarily have to retire it or, feel the need to complete every single thing again. Those are games that you just kind of pick up and play, like Mario Party, whatever. You just play it. The games I'm talking about that I don't necessarily want to replay are usually heavy on stories. So JRPGs. Usually if I beat a JRPG, I never ever replay it. I never play it again. That's it. When I see the credits, that's it. It goes back on my shelf or whatever, wherever I had it, and that's it. It kind of just lives in my memories now. So you might be thinking, why? Why don't you ever want to replay it again? The biggest reason, and it kind of gets subdivided here, is time. Time means everything. I just simply do not have time to replay a game that has a story that is like 50 hours long. I have a backlog that is huge, and I want to spend the time that I have playing new games, meeting new characters, going on new adventures. I don't necessarily want to spend that time on something I've already done, even if it was amazing, even if it was a phenomenal experience. I don't have the time to do that because I simply just want to play new things. I suppose if I didn't have a backlog and I had beat every single game that I had wanted to beat and I was caught up, maybe I would replay more JRPGs that I just loved. But overall, I would say no, because I have too many games to get through. I don't have the time to get through them as it is. I mean, I beat around 20 games a year, but obviously I have more than 20 games that I need to beat and complete and see the end, see those end credits. So to me, to spend, 2 weeks or a month on some kind of long JRPG that I loved, it's rare. It is rare. I would almost never do that. We're talking about time, but let's also talk about the fact that JRPGs are long. It's one thing if a game is 4 hours and it's really cool. It's like, well, maybe I would, because it's like, oh, I loved that story. I love the experience. I'm going to replay that. But a JRPG can sometimes be like 100 hours long. Just as an example, I had a great experience and had a great time with Persona 5 Royal. Wonderful game. You guys know I have my issues with Persona, but I would say overall, I did enjoy that game. At the time, the Portal hadn't come out, and I was kind of stuck on my TV because it hadn't even been released on Switch. I was playing the PS4 version. I played that entirely on my TV when I had the chance, and it took like 3 to 4 months to beat that. That's a long time of my life, and I'm happy because it was a great time. It was a great game. I'm so happy that I completed it. I know what happens to the characters. I just love it. It's so great. But I don't want to spend another 3 to 4 months doing that again. And that brings me to my next point. I know what happens. So the, oh, wow, ooh factor is kind of gone in the sense that, any of the cliffhangers or crazy moments, I know what's going to happen. You know, whenever there's a character reveal or somebody does something insane or there's a crazy plot twist, well, at this point, I know what that is. I won't really get the same feeling that I had when I played it for the first time, because the first time it was like, wow, you know, jaw-dropping moments sometimes in JRPGs, but then it's like, am I gonna get that same feeling the second time around? No, because I already know, oh, that character becomes blah, 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 or whatever it is, right? I already know. So that feeling that I love so much to get, where I'm, you know, shocked and blown away, that's a huge thing for me in games. I really like crazy moments. Well, I'm never gonna get that same feeling. So to me, if I want crazy moments and, you know, my mind blown, I gotta play a new game, because I don't know what's gonna happen in those games. But I do know what's going to happen. And again, some of these moments were insane, but they just won't be insane the second time around. Do I rewatch movies? Absolutely, because movies are 2 hours, hour and a half of my time. So it's like, sure, if I have free time, it's like, I really feel like watching my favorite movie. Yeah, because it's 2 hours. Some of my favorite games, like Dragon Quest XI, that took me over 90 hours to beat. I can't just be like, I'm just gonna casually play Dragon Quest XI again. No. And they're not the kind of games you can just like pop in for a couple hours and have a nice time. It's like, no, these are games that you have to like spend the 90 hours. It's not like Mario Kart where you can just play a race or two. You can literally pick up those games, play them for 10 or 15 minutes, and then come back to them a year later and do the same thing. You can't really do that in a JRPG. It's like saying, I'm going to read 3 pages of a book and then just be done with it. And it's like, I guess. And then it's like 3 months later, come back to it. But then it's like, you're never going to start in the middle. You're going to probably start at the beginning. Like, it's just kind of, no, I can't do that. Replaying games, it's just not a thing for me. So here's the deal. I do replay some games, and I'm going to tell you what those are. And in a funny, ironic way, there is a series of JRPGs I will replay. And you're going to be like, what? Yes. That series is Pokemon. I will replay games in the Pokemon series. And the reason for that is I find the experience different each time because of who you have in your party. So I can play, you know, Pokemon Blue, and then I can play Pokemon Blue 20 years later, have a completely different team. I had a different starter, and it's a completely different experience. Yes, the core story and the towns and all that stuff is the same, but your experience is different. It would be like saying, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy X, but all the characters suddenly changed. And Yuna, you know, as a summoner, had different people that she went on her journey with. Like, that would be completely different. That would be kind of interesting, actually. But either way, it's the same kind of concept for me. If you play a Pokemon game, and it's been a little bit, like, I'm not going to replay over and over, but like, if it's been like a good 5-10 years on a certain Pokemon game, I feel like I can replay that. It feels fresh to me, and there you go. Other games that I can replay with pretty much zero issue, platformers, because I don't know what it is about them, but it just feels like a new, fresh experience if I haven't played them for a long time. They're also not 80-hour games. They're usually 10 hours or under for the most part. But like, if it's been a really long time since I've played Donkey Kong Country, I can play Donkey Kong Country again. I'm very nostalgic for it, so I can easily play that. If I haven't played a random Mario game, even if it was like a newer one, like one on the Wii or something, it's been so long, I just feel like I don't really remember specific details. I can totally replay that with no issue. I don't feel bad like I'm wasting my time because it's like 8 hours long or something. Those are the kind of games I can easily replay, and it's a good time. And of course, there's probably a few exceptions with JRPGs, but, you know, I have replayed Earthbound. It's my favorite game of all time. I feel like, yes, that's a game I can replay. I love it. Am I ever going to replay it again? Probably yes, because I just love it so much that I can totally do that. But like a random JRPG I just happen to enjoy, I'm sorry, I'm probably never going to replay that again. And even action-adventure games and, you know, various like, it's just gonna be a long time or never if I'm ever gonna replay them. I hope this kind of made sense, because I know so many people who replay games and they play the same game over and over again, or they have like a yearly tradition where they're like, I like playing, you know, a certain game every October. And it's like, I get it. I just feel like my goal is to play as many games as I can and to see as many adventures and fun journeys as I can. Like, I want to experience them. So if I play an old game, I feel like if I do that, I've kind of put my fun adventure of like completing all my games in my backlog on hold. So that's why I don't do it. So that's basically why I don't replay games, and then why I do replay the games I do. I kind of just want to talk about it because it's kind of a fun thing, because I'll be talking to various people and they're like, oh, you know, I'm playing, you know, my favorite game and I play it every year, or I'm playing it for the 10th time. And sometimes I'm like, holy smokes, the 10th time. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I want to get through all of these games here, and if I was playing Earthbound for like the 50th time, I would be completely, you know, putting my progress on hold for my backlog journey. So that's a big thing for me. It's all about my backlog journey. And so some people don't care about that, and they're like, yeah, I just want to replay Banjo-Kazooie for the 18th time. And I'm like, that's awesome. I don't do that. Although I would replay Banjo-Kazooie. So let me know in the comments below. Do you replay games? Do you not replay games? And if you do, like, do you have rules? Like, I only replay platformers, like, kind of like me, and, like, there's certain series you'll only replay, because there's so many games where it's like, I love it, but I'm never replaying it, but then I'll totally replay Pokemon games, right? So I have my own weird system of what I will replay and what I won't replay, so I want to know what that is for you. Let me know in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you guys in my next video.